All right, let's move on to the last segment before we get out of here. We got your vote, guys. Let's go to the community tab real quick and see what we are all voting on today.
All right. But we did ask the community. We asked in that community tab here on YouTube, we said, in WandaVision on Disney Plus, who do you believe the villain or the one controlling everything will be? 39% said, is it Mephisto?
I think that's how you say it correctly. I'm not
I
a
have literally never...
WandaVision or Doctor Strange guy, so that might be correct. Let's just say you're correct, but
I'm gonna yell that. Well, yep, that's what 39% of y'all said. 37% said Wanda herself. 13% said Grim Reaper, and 10% said Nightmare.
I have an update on that.
Oh,
you said 39% said Mephisto? Yeah, I just turned. It says 40% now says Mephisto. Now 37 Wanda, and everything else is still the same. It just went up 1 point.
I think it's Wanda because I can say her name, and I think it's interesting.
You think it's all one? I think that is Vision. I think that's him. I think because okay. I mean, future movies, he's got to come back. Nobody stays dead in these comic books, so I think it's him because he's starting to notice the strange things that are going on. Unless it's like a Matrix situation where it's like you're noticing strange things that are going on because I created you as
Don't
much
spoil
as
Matrix for me. I'm literally
watching. No, not Matrix. I'm not talking about. I'm just speculating. Like maybe it's a situation where the reason why he's kind of seeing weird stuff is like maybe Wanda's gonna say it's because I tried to recreate you as best as I could, but if I'm gonna be mad at that, it's gonna be like I tried to make you recreate you as best as I could, but you're not real. I'm not gonna like that at all. I hope it's gotta be him. I hope it is, but well.
We did ask. We asked the community
what they say
if they churn. I feel like I'm on like a Riverdale kind of show where they like try to make up slang. Like, yeah, bro, you churn.
We're gonna make what is it? We're gonna make Fetch. The people from the makers of Fetch. We got churn.
Churn. We asked if you churn.
I get churned.
73% says yes, I will cancel then subscribe again when my show returns. 27% said no, I will just keep this subscription year round.
All right. And that is still up on the community tab. So guys, go vote. Let us know which one are you? Are you a person that will get churnt? And I think that's what they should call it. They should call it getting churnt. Make one of those yeet churnt videos that's been going. You know anything about that? The yeet eat. You don't know anything about that. You don't listen to today's hip hop. I understand. You're not as hip as I am, the 40-year-old guy on this end. But I think that you guys, let us know what you guys are doing. Are you guys the kind of people that just keep the subscription, or are you like Amy? Yeah, I'm gonna cancel that shit. And,
I said I don't. I'm lying.
She is lying. Let us know what you guys think and put it in the box below. And
we asked, will we see Deadpool cameo in the MCU before
we were just
his
talking about
film?
this.
Do you want to skip it?
No. I was just saying it's a big coincidence. We were just talking about this.
Almost like we
planned
set it up that way. 35% said yes, 15% said no, 50% said if so, only in after credit scenes.
The majority.
I would tend to agree with that 50%. I could see like a teaser, but I think it would be like a little one-off joke. Not even like the post-credit scene, but that like little
the mid-credit one. Yeah.
No, like the one at the very end.
The post-credit scene.
No, but like I feel like sometimes they'll do one. I feel like sometimes they'll do two.
Does a post mean end?
Yeah, but like sometimes they'll do more like a mid-credit scene and then a post-credit scene.
Right.
I think they would do like the final. I feel like you can do like a throwaway joke.
Right.
I just spit everywhere.
Right after it says, "Oh wow, yeah, okay, you can fix that." But sometimes
let me just mop up real fast.
Sometimes when the gummies kick in, there's a little drool. But I'm thinking that I think the end credit scene stuff would be a cool way to sprinkle them in there.
I think before that they wouldn't.
I think they should do it.
They're building such like for characters, and also I think it gets harder because I feel like, and smartly so, each Marvel property is building more and more of its own tone. So I think the crossover is going to get harder to do.
Yeah, especially with that. I mean, and Deadpool has his own tone. But that's the funny thing about Deadpool. Even in the comic books, he doesn't care about the tone. He's going to interrupt it. He's a disruptor. So that's that would make it funny. But for certain movies, yeah, it's probably best, like you said, at the end. Like I could see going through a whole emotional roller coaster, and then to introduce the next Deadpool project, he pops up at the end of it and just makes fun of the fact that we just got a whole emotional ending on the last Thor Love and Thunder movie with Thor. Oh, what you said? Like maybe he was making fun of us for crying, and he kills somebody, and then he curses, and he gets bleeped, and then he's got to figure out how to, rise above that whole Disney bleeping and stuff. Like I think that's. I mean, Disney, call me. I got a million ideas, man. I'm just saying. But let me know. Let us know what you guys think. What's the next discussion that we all voted on? What's the next? What is this called?
I assume it was Domino in Color asked on TikTok a question that reminded you of American Pie the movie. So we all know how Stifler's mom was the OG MILF. I would argue it was Mrs. Robinson.
Mrs. Robinson is the OG MILF, but the first person to be called a MILF was Stifler's mom.
There we go. The question is, what is the true definition of a MILF? 75. Okay, the answers here concerned me very much for a minute. 75% said an older woman with a kid who you want to sleep with. The woman. I kept reading it as the kid. I was like, that's not what that means. The older woman you want to sleep with who has a kid. 75%.
Did I not use commas correctly again? My bad.
25% said a woman who you want to sleep with who has a kid the woman is old enough to be your mom. 25%.
Yeah, she has to both be have a kid and be old enough to be your mother as well. That was one of the options.
And 0% said a woman who you want to sleep with a kid. That woman can be younger with you. No one voted for that.
No one voted for that. So
to be older. I would argue she doesn't even have to be much older.
Yeah, she just has to be a mother.
Yeah. But then, because I guess it's
has to be a mother.
Like if you get married and you have a kid with your wife is not a MILF.
I would argue.
People jokingly say that, but I feel like to fit more the concept of what a MILF is, it does have to be someone, I would say, 10 years older than you.
Right. Isn't there other words for it? There's like cougars, there's jaguars, there's like.
Sure.
When they get older and older and stuff, like.
Well, I will say that's true too. I feel like MILF, the MILF sort of has and it's all a Venn diagram. I could draw one. We'd be here all night. Have red string, and the MILF can be a cougar. It's a square rectangle thing. All MILFs are cougars. Not all cougars are MILFs.
True.
But I feel like the actual. When you think of a MILF, it is the mother of someone you personally know.
I think that's the key recipe right there too, because everyone knew of Stifler's mom, and some people hated Stifler.
You know what I mean? It's not just this is a hot lady who lives in our town who has a kid.
Yeah, that's right. Joe Ryan just says a gilf is what the other one was called, the grandma, gilf. You also said please read my comment. Which one? So
I think they're having a chat.
Are you talking to us? You talking to me? Or I think Victor and
yeah, they're
just y'all just doing your own thing, and then he just throws in there gilf, but
multitasking. I love it.
Gilf.
Yeah. No, I think it does need to be
she needs to be a little bit older.
Not technically, but I feel for the more what I actually conceptualize as a MILF, it needs to be the mother of someone in your social circle. Otherwise, it's just a hot woman who has.
So it has to be a dangerous situation where your friend definitely will want to fight you after it's over.
It doesn't hurt.
What? That's my mom, dude. She came on to me. I mean, what's he supposed to do? Didn't Stifler kick his butt a bunch of times after that? And he kept doing it. It was weird. He kept doing it. That was the funny thing about it. We have any more?
Yeah, we got a couple more. Chris Evans is expected to return to the MCU, but how? 36% said he returns as Old Man Rogers. 35% said time travel for younger Captain America, and 30% said Skrull.
A Skrull, yeah, those Skrulls, those shapeshifters from Captain Marvel. The Skrulls.
Yeah. At first I was like, no, not Old Man Rogers, but I feel like that's probably it, just based on the degree to which he will actually want to be involved. Because I feel like if you keep him an old man, it's a way easier life. Yeah, Chris, we're just going to have you in for like 3 days. It's a hefty paycheck. Like, you're not, you know. I don't know if he'd want to be like the level of involved that he would be if you're actually bringing like Captain America back.
He says, Joe Ryan, for the last subject, he says, no, I commented on this subject. The said, please read my comment. So I looked you up. No, you're just having conversations with Victor. I don't see what you said about. The only thing I see about the subject was GILF. I'm sorry, man. Did I miss something?
We'll figure it out later. We'll throw it on another.
Retype it. If I missed it, retype it for me, man. I'm thinking. I don't know if they'll do the whole Skrull thing where he's evil and joins Hydra for a while. I don't know if they're going to go those routes. I think they're just going to time travel and just figure out how to bring him back to his younger self, or maybe he'll go back in that machine and it'll make him young again or something. They'll figure something out. But yeah, I mean, young Rogers in his prime, that's kicking all the butt. That's the draw. So that's probably what they're going to go with it.
Joe, I did find your MILF comment. It was, when the movie first came out, it definitely meant old enough to be your mom, or actually it was your friend's mom. Now I'm so old, it just means any mother. He's like, yes, no, that corroborates my theory. Thank you, Joe. I do believe it should actually be. No, I always kind of hate when people are like, oh, she's MILF. And it's like, she's 32. Like, what?
32, yeah.
Half a kid,
like sure, your kid is 1. Like,
yeah, that's not the concept.
All right, what's the next one? I'm glad you found it.
Our final vote of the eve. What do you think of the new Batwoman, Ryan Wilder? 67% said worse than before. Come back, Ruby Rose. 26% said I need more episodes before I judge, and 7% said off to a good start. I love Ryan Wilder. Where are you at? Because
I watched the episode. I like her.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like what they did with the story. The whole spoilers. The whole I don't know if Ruby Rose's character is supposed to be missing or presumed dead. It's pretty much what's going on there. But they had an opportunity to take this whole thing into a whole different direction. It's just it's the same, and people didn't like the first season that much. But I'm not surprised that the vote says bring back Ruby Rose, because you guys have done it once again. Here's my theory. It's always you guys will hate on something. And I'm not talking about not all of you guys, but the guys pretty much who voted for bring back Ruby Rose. I'm pretty sure some of you guys who say bring back Ruby Rose are also the same guys who hated on Ruby Rose because she can't act, whatever you guys were saying about her, dogging her and hitting her up on social media and saying she's a terrible this and terrible that and she sucks. And just bully.
Yeah, people saying come back Ruby Rose is like, I didn't hear anybody say that.
Nobody said that when she was Batwoman. They were mostly blaming her acting or the writing style. Now the writing style seems to be the same, but you were like, now you miss Ruby Rose. It's the same thing with the Star Wars Last Jedi thing. Last Jedi sucked. Last Jedi sucked. Everybody hated. A lot of people said they hated the Last Jedi until the Rise of Skywalker came out. Then it was like, that Last Jedi was some Oscar-worthy performances, man. I'm thinking Luke Skywalker did a pretty good job. Like, no, you guys were not saying that. That's all it takes. All it takes.
Hindsight is 20/20, and things.
Everybody hates the movie until the next movie comes out. Then all of a sudden it was like, Superman, the Man of Steel movie was a masterpiece. Y'all weren't saying that when it came out. You're like, you shouldn't kill anybody. I don't like that. Then when Batman versus Superman,
and I don't watch it, but I'm like, have y'all considered maybe you just don't like this Batwoman show? Like, that's okay.
No, that's really what it is. they're
like, it is probably not one actress's fault if you are continually not enjoying the show.
It's probably got the lowest ratings out of all of them in comparison to Arrow and the Flash. They're Supergirl and all that is not that there's not that great in comparison. But then you have some fans that take it to those extremes. It's because nobody was asking for these female-led shows and stuff like that. It's like, oh, come on, dude. It's not about. It's good writing is good writing. There's kick-ass female characters on those other shows. They just, I don't know. Maybe they just haven't found the right writing formula. I feel like the actresses are good. The acting in a lot of situations are great. The woman who plays the villain in Batman and Batwoman is amazing. You cannot tell me Alice isn't badass. And my whole thing was, if you wanted to recast the main character, since Ruby Rose's character and the woman who plays her sister they were supposed to be twins, I was like, make them identical twins and have her play both characters. That was my solution, but they didn't go that route. Yeah. But yeah, if everybody was just now complaining and saying they miss Ruby Rose now because now there's something because nobody likes change. Like, I hate Ruby Rose, but I hate change more, so bring back Ruby Rose. It's what people are pretty much saying now. So this show is probably going to get canceled after the second season. And she's going to be like, is it my fault? Is it my fault? No, it's not your fault. It's a little your fault. No. Look, if you want to find me, you know where you can find me, guys. I'm Chris at T3 Medias. No, that's not the real thing. Either at T3 Videos, I'm usually monitoring that, or you can hit me up right up here, Chris Fagan 1980, on both Twitter and on Instagram. Amy, if they want to bug you, also don't forget to plug the channel.
I do plug the channel.
No, this channel. No, I'm just joking.
Oh,
no, just go.
You can find me at the pond because I'm a goose that's been cursed by a witch. You can also find me on Twitter and Instagram.
They can't see your hand. There you go.
Yeah, they can't.
There you go, Vanna.
We'll get it next week. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on the YouTube. I believe Chris has linked in the community tab the first episode of my web series, Your Biggest Fan. Our final episode drops tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Pacific. It's 7 episodes. It takes like 30 minutes-ish, 30 to 40 minutes to watch the whole dang thing. It's a rom-com. It's a ton of fun. We had a ton of fun making it.
You guys might know the star. You know, you guys know her. You love her.
I'm in it. I wrote it. I co-created. I believe my talented friends into helping me make it. So if you like rom-coms and like web series and like original content, that is Your Biggest Fan on YouTube. I have links to it on Twitter, Instagram. Bother me if you can't find it. I will always gladly send the link to anybody who would like to check that out. Yeah. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe to the channel and please drop a like on this video. It really does help us. Also, don't forget you can turn on notifications so you don't miss a single review, react, why is that trending, or we got your mail.